Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the sudden, explosive rise of Chinese AI, and more importantly, how it directly impacts your digital life, your productivity, and your security. Recently, the tech landscape experienced what I can only describe as a massive earthquake. Whether you're a major tech enthusiast or just a busy professional, ignoring this shift, it's really no longer an option. So today, we're going to stick strictly to the facts and the data to figure out exactly what is happening in the East. All right, let's just jump right in with a number that's, well, frankly staggering to set the stage. 380 million. That is the astonishing monthly active user base for just a single app called Daobao, which is made by ByteDance. To put that into perspective, that's roughly 3 times the entire population of Japan using just one AI tool every single month. It easily makes Daobao the absolute most heavily used AI in China today. So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The Chinese AI boom. 2. Top Chinese AI models. 3. The video generation revolution. 4. Real-world AI in China. 5. Traffic light safety rules. And 6. The real threat. Let's get right into it. Part 1. The Chinese AI boom. Or rather, forced innovation. Let's tackle the big event that kicked off the global DeepSeek shock earlier this year. You've probably found yourself wondering, why did Chinese AI just suddenly explode in capability overnight? How in the world did a relatively unknown company manage to briefly surpass ChatGPT in US App Store rankings? Especially when you consider they are facing incredibly strict US tech restrictions that block their access to top-tier semiconductor chips. Well, it's actually incredibly ironic. Those severe US chip bans literally forced Chinese developers to become hyper-efficient. Because they didn't have this endless supply of processing power, they had to totally innovate their architecture. Take DeepSeek, for instance. Its brain has about 1.6 trillion parameters or parts, but to save power, it miraculously activates only about 490 of them when answering a specific prompt. It's kind of like a massive hospital, where only the exact specialist you need comes to your room, which drastically cuts down on energy costs. Moving on to Section 2, Top Chinese AI Models. This has really evolved into a fierce 6-way battle. Now here's a real curveball for you. While DeepSeek was causing shockwaves all over the globe, its domestic usage inside China is actually dropping. Yeah, it saw a 20% decrease among local users, leaving it trailing way behind titans like ByteDance's Daobao at 380 million and Alibaba's QN at 167 million users. So the AI that the West is completely obsessing over isn't even the top dog on its home turf. For those of us outside of China looking to use these tools, the real choice usually boils down to 3 main players. First up is Kimi, which can process an insane 1 million tokens, meaning it can literally read about 10 books at once. Then you've got DeepSeek, which is free and incredibly accessible, but, it does pose some data storage risks. And finally, there's GLM, which you can actually download entirely to your own computer or company server for absolute zero-risk privacy. All right, Section 3. The video generation revolution, and its totally unmatched scale. Let's pivot to a sector where Chinese developers are unequivocally dominating the global market. Get this, according to recent global rankings, an unbelievable 9 out of the top 10 video generation AI tools in the world right now are Chinese-made. Text generation might still be a tight global race, but in the realm of video, the scales have tipped completely. And the secret sauce here is cost efficiency. Chinese models like Kling and ByteDance's video AI are churning out identical, hyper-realistic quality for nearly a third of the price of US equivalents. Think about it. Where a top-tier US model might cost $24 to generate a batch of videos, a Chinese model achieves the exact same results for just $9. It's a total game changer. But actually, the quality is almost too good. It's so uncannily high that it's triggering massive copyright alarm bells globally. Because these AI models can whip up studio-level animations in minutes, we're seeing official warnings going out regarding unauthorized generations of Disney characters, Paramount properties, and even Japan's Ultraman. The tech is incredible, but the legal guardrails are definitely struggling to keep up. Which brings us to Section 4, Real-World AI in China and Seamless Integration. How are regular folks actually using this tech on the ground? Over there, the integration is completely seamless. Instead of opening a standalone AI app and typing out prompts, the tech is baked directly into their daily super apps. You just open your everyday payment app like Alipay, swipe right, and speak. The AI handles real-world physical tasks instantly. It can find the nearest available EV charger or, no joke, automatically order 40 bubble teas from a local shop. But there is a major catch to all this convenience. Relying completely on these tools can be super precarious. Case in point, recently, popular AI chat features were suddenly deleted overnight due to swift government regulation changes. Users literally woke up to a notification telling them to screenshot their memories because the features were simply gone. Just vanished. That leads perfectly into Section 5, Traffic Light Safety Rules, and protecting your data. This is absolutely crucial.
We can use a really effective, simple traffic light system to understand risk here. Red is for direct official apps, like DeepSeek's website, where their policies state your data goes to servers in China. That's high risk. Yellow is for accessing these models via US-based APIs like Microsoft or Amazon, which gives you a nice buffer. And green is for completely secure local downloads, like GLM, where the data literally never leaves your personal hardware. Zero risk. Now, if you decide you absolutely must use the red route because of convenience, which, let's be honest, many of us do for casual tasks, the golden rule is simple and completely non-negotiable. Never, ever input any personally identifiable information, passwords, client details, or unreleased company secrets. Period. If you just stick to summarizing public articles or brainstorming generic ideas, your risk is incredibly low.
Finally, Section 6, the real threat, the adoption gap. Let's look at the real threat, which isn't just about data privacy or where the software originated. Ironically, to maintain tight security, highly cautious organizations are leaning heavily on Chinese open source models. For example, Japan's top national AI project, the Swallow AI, it's actually built directly on top of Alibaba's Qwen Foundation. Highly security-conscious corporations are downloading GLM internally so they don't have to send any data out to the cloud. They're securing their own data by locally hosting Chinese AI. But here is the most terrifying statistic of all, and something every professional needs to hear. 27% of Japanese companies report they are doing absolutely nothing to adopt AI into their workflows. Nothing. Compare that to a mere 2.6% of companies in China. That is a massive, gaping chasm in workforce evolution. So what does this all mean? The difference in underlying technology isn't what should actually scare us. It's the sheer speed of everyday adoption. While some folks are waiting on the sidelines out of fear, others are seamlessly integrating AI into every single facet of their lives and businesses. So, armed with this structured knowledge and our handy traffic light safety system, what is your first actionable move going to be today?